the Philippines. An archipelago of 7,107 islands. A diverse mix of agricultural land, leisure destinations, and cosmopolitan hubs of business and leisure. Philippine real estate is booming, and land values are rising. Fortunes are made by being at the right place at the right time with the right resources. In a groundbreaking new series, Philippine Realty TV will bring together landowners from across the country and the nation's leading and emerging real estate developers. Those who have land and those looking for land to create the country's next real estate gems. Raw land meets opportunity. The possibilities are limitless. This is The Venture.
The Venture is a TV series that we conceptualized to be able to give property developers and investors the opportunity to come together for joint venture projects. Now we've assembled a really amazing team that are the best at what they do, with more than 50 years combined experience in the real estate industry. Since we've plugged The Venture on the show, we've gotten a lot of really interesting submissions so far from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Different kinds of projects and different states even of development. Some are raw land, some are developed, some are just wanting investors to come in. So, Monica, would you like to take us through?
Yes, so we'll start off with a resort in Quezon Province. They already started development here. It was already master planned.
Well, this project looks interesting because the proponent already started a project and it's big enough to accommodate plenty of possible land uses there. So it's a question of studying the potentials of the other projects that they have in mind, like the condotel and the commercial area.
And then there are 3 properties in General Santos. It's along the National Highway with a frontage of 150 meters. Next one will be Taal Lake. It's in Tanawan City. It's about 7 hectares. It's a vacant lot, rice land. There is an island that was submitted to us. It's 5 hectares. It's a fairly flat property according to them. And they're looking at either beach leisure community, housing development, commercial areas.
For island projects like this though, the challenge is to really make sure that the development potentials exist.
After we evaluate the properties, we're going to be coming up with a short list of properties that have been carefully studied with the potential that we are looking for. The next step for us is to conduct an ocular inspection of the property. Now, this is the time when we go to the property to verify exactly the things that we will need to find out.
The criteria that we normally use in determining what's best for the property is property fundamentals. No? So, how big is the property? Where is it located? What is the frontage? And then what are the physical characteristics? So after we've already examined all the title verification, then in investigating all the possibilities for the property, then we actually prepare the best package for the property, depending on the land use that we evaluated would be the best for it. No? So be it residential, commercial, resort.
Roy, let's talk about the various deal structures that we can do for the landowners. What are the options for them?
First option is just to lease it. Another option would be to just sell it outright. Get it appraised, have an appraisal company come in. One way is they can get us to do the study for them, to do a business plan for the use that's acceptable to the landowner. Underlying that is trust. The landowner should be trusting the guys packaging the property, and the funders trusting the guys also implementing the project.
Then the next step is actually discussing with possible developers who might be interested in the project. Okay, we would have prepared the best package already for it. Then we seal the partnership by assisting in the formal signing of an agreement between both parties. So the developers would provide the technology, the experience, the expertise, and the initial capital. But normally, they will need a lot of help in terms of additional funding. And investors with that type of money could come in especially if they're just starting to invest in the real estate business.
Every time you develop a property, the values would improve. Even in the short time, it can, if the property has been developed successfully, it can tremendously improve value of the land.
Now, due to the sensitive and confidential nature of property ownership and transactions, we do understand that not everyone who submits a property might want to be featured on the show. Now, this is something that we take with utmost regard. To be eligible for consideration in the venture, the property owners have to submit the following documents: a description of the property with property images, original certificate of title or transfer certificate of title certified by the Register of Deeds, a lot plan prepared by a licensed geodetic engineer, a vicinity map, a recent copy of the tax declaration, the ID of the owner, and if possible, a property prospectus.
Linking developers and landowners, there have been plenty of such activities in the past, but maybe it's not as organized as what we're attempting to do now. No? This we're providing a proper forum which will produce immediate results for property owners who want to have something done on their property. No? So this is really cutting short a process that would have taken longer before. I'd say trailblazing in the sense that it's the most visible organized effort to get landowners and developers to engage together.
For more information on the venture and the submission requirements, visit PhilippineRealtyTV.com.